Today I'm going to be talking about the assessment of construction and demolition waste materials and their reusability potentials with the programs, the BIM-based programs. To start with, I would want to talk about myself. First, I studied chemistry. I did my bachelor in Ceren University in Turkey. Then I finished my bachelor degree in architecture here, and I am doing my master's degree, and I am working as a research assistant in the Department of Architecture. To go an overview, I want to give an overview about the topics that I'm going to be covering today. First, I will try to give an information brief information about the main topic, like what are the subjects that I'm going to talk, and some words that needs to be known, and the construction waste issues, general overlook to the construction wastes. Later on, I'm going to be trying to explain briefly what are the waste materials, what are the somehow clarifying classification in terms of construction and demolition waste, and what are the recycling requirements in terms of construction and demolition, and some general recycling related difficulties. Lastly, I will try to integrate the topic, which is the construction and demolition waste, into how it is integrated with the BIM environment and the technology of BIM. Then I will try to conclude. First, I want to ask a very simple questions, like even when we are making a chit chat in between with our friends, even, which is what part do we play in the battle against the climate change? This was the question when I first started doing my master's degree. While I was trying to understand my topic, and I knew that my priorities and my personal interest was in material sciences, of course, but I was trying to understand which part am I standing. And this was the first question that I asked myself to get me in kind of a shape and role. So that's why I wanted to start within this scope to my presentation before giving the information about it. So later on, I want to explain that the current situation around the world of the construction and demolition waste materials, it is causing 30% of the total waste, we can say, the total waste generation worldwide. We can say that it is totally building-related activities and cause enormous waste, which we will be seeing some real numbers later on. And it is being generated by the land excavations, site clearances, road works, building renovation, and building type of activities. We can say that construction is not environmental friendly activity, and according to that, the usage of the natural resources is incredibly high when we think of the nature of the construction. And within this scope, we can understand that there is a concept which we call it as a circular economy. It is not only trying to be understood in the scope of construction or in architecture, but also in other fields as well. But in architecture specifically, in the left-hand side, we can see that the linear economy is starting from the resource extraction, continuing with the production and distribution consumption until the waste, and which we all know that it is somehow ended up with the landfill. But when we talk about the circular economy, we are seeing that it is a cycle which is continuously going, and this cycle is somehow closing the loop with the recycling part. So it is a restorative and regenerative by the design, and it is aiming key products, components, materials at its highest level. This is an example by the United Kingdom Green Building Council. It has been given to the circular economy, which was there are two different cycles, which the first one is the production cycle, which is the normal parts that we have seen in the other cycle, general cycle as well, like assembly, it is productive, installation, installed products, and somehow it's continuing with the adding up raw materials and recycling process. But in use cycle, it is somehow integrated. So this can be an example to a possible construction circular economy that's been given by the Green Building Council. And when we talk about this issue, we also, and about the construction and demolition waste management and the especially the waste management, we need to talk about and understand the 3R principle that's been also called as the hierarchy of construction and demolition waste, which is starting from the reduce, reuse, recycle. It is going like compost, incinerate, and landfill. The most preferred one is the reduce one, since we can start from the starting this act, I may say, by reducing the usage of the materials, and landfill is the least preferred one. When we try to understand and go into more number-wise, the issues related to construction waste are like annual construction waste is generated 2.2 billion tons globally. It is estimated that by the 2025, and 23% of the national waste stream is generated by the construction and demolition waste materials. And in between 2005 to 2018, the levels of the construction waste, construction and demolition waste levels grew more than 10 times faster than the comparison with the 1999 and 1990 to 2005. We can talk about these numbers and we can try to understand how it is somehow harmful to the environment, these kind of activities. But this new report, which is the UNEP created in 2022, which is a very recent one, it is saying that, for example, the greenhouse gas emissions will be doubled by 2060. So there was a also explanation that we will be in need of 3 different growths in order to cope with this situation. So it is this situation needs to be somehow taken under control by the actions of the architects, like our profession. And when we talk about the materials, we can say that it is generated by the building activities, like new construction, renovation, demolition, reconstruction, reconstruction or expansion of the road network. These kind of stuff can generate the construction and demolition waste. And we are thinking like it is, when we think about the recycling or reusing of these materials, we are thinking like strictly that doesn't have any negative effect on the human health, but it is wrong. It consists of substances when we try to demolish these kind of buildings. It can contain hazardous effects in different kind of materials. And when we go through these materials, we can say that concrete, masonry, limestone, sandstone, metal, wood can be counted as in this list. Also, I want to talk about the. We can also separate these materials into different groups, like excavated materials, road construction, debris, building construction, site wastes, and production of building materials. And also in this table, I like to show you that how we were saying that the reuse is the most preferable one than the recycling. So it doesn't create, for example, for ferrous metal, glass, and timber, we are using it directly and with some process maybe in melt for ferrous metal. But the other one is like we can reuse directly. But brick and concrete, for example, needs some extra effort to be able to use it again. So this is another thing to understand. And for recycling, construction, and demolition waste, we are somehow we need some shortage on raw material to be able to use these materials, and a reliable supply suitable recycled materials, organized collection and transportation, careful sorting and hazardous effect. If it is having a hazardous effect, it should be sorted into in a very careful way, and reprocessing these materials is into a new product. And one of the most important part is the availability in the market. So if we are in the choosing part, which is the raw material and the construction and demolition waste material, it is always the raw material is going to be in the first place always to select. But how we can make it, like how we can direct people or the constructors maybe into that road that they will choose these materials, like recycled materials. And like we say, the affecting part of the recycling is the first one is the contamination, and the collection and transportation, sorting, transformation of the material and disposing, which is the most expensive stage of it, and meeting with the standards, like competing with the raw materials. Finally, I will talk about the BIM integration a little bit. The largest research on construction and demolition waste is a topic broader, but when we think about the BIM, the information technology and the integration of the construction and demolition, it is giving new solutions to this path with BIM technology, Internet of Things, digital twin, artificial intelligence. It is all started being used by the sector and the providers to understand and cope with this issue within the sector. And what BIM offers is that it is providing stock material information. It is a very cloud-based, it is like a pool, very big pool that takes the whole information inside and give future activities. Some analysis it is giving, and according to that analysis, you can somehow understand even in the design phase which kind of materials that will be demolished and will be saved afterwards. And of course, it has a large amount of info which is contains. To sum up, with this study, first I want to give information about the literature review that I made, but of course this study is aiming to achieve a better result with the potential reusability. I want to see and understand within a case study example to understand the potential reusability of the construction and demolition waste materials with the usage of BIM environment, and there will be an investigation of case study, like a buildings which is completed its life cycle, and it will be continuing within the scope. It will be a quantification process for me, and the BIM model will be used accordingly. And I am hoping that this study will be, the lines for the future studies for the researchers. Thank you.